All right, so this is going out to Tammy. Tammy, this is for you, but also for maybe anybody you send it to. So my name is J. Michael Hall. I'm the president and founder of Strong Fathers, Strong Families. And we've been looking at opportunities to work with Lubbock ISD and do the things that we do at Strong Fathers, Strong Families real quickly. My name is, again, J. Michael Hall. Once you get to know me, it's Mike, because you'll know I'm not that fancy. I have been doing father engagement for the last 20 years, all over the country, all over the state. And so what we're going to offer you guys is not only that expertise and all of this gray hair, sorry about the face that goes with it, but things that are going to work. And now with COVID, we've got some things that we know will work within that. And yet we're also working to find the best solutions for what our new normal, hopefully short-term normal is. And so we've done on-site programs for years. They've been very successful. We average 120 to 140 families per program over the course of a year, with anywhere from 70 to 140 programs per year, depending on that year. So we have been successful. We are looking at more ways to be successful virtually. Even if we're doing live programs, we're going to be streaming those out, at least for the time being, knowing that some families need to be at home and we don't want to cut them out. Also with COVID, what we have learned is that it's a little bit more accessible now than it would have been in the past. We'd have never dreamed of a virtual program in the past because of that threshold of entry. And now we know that, number one, kids are having to do it, families are having to do it. It is what we're having to do right now, and so we're trying to find ways to best do that. That's why we have a few bells and whistles that we're going to kind of show you today. And so just a few clicks here and there. And we know we could make this just a little bit smoother. I could edit part of this out and just have all these things. Number one, that's not real. Number two, that's not live. And so when we do a live program, you're going to kind of see how that works. But in our proposal, kind of gave you an executive summary of what we've done, what we're going to help you do. What we find is that when we engage fathers, we really engage the whole family. I have never confirmed this. I have looked for the research, but what's been told to me, which is different than having read it from a credible source. But the Billy Graham Evangelical or Evangelism Society actually put out numbers that said when they converted teenagers to Christianity, that about 16% of those kids brought their families into faith. When a woman was converted, about 32% of those women brought their family into faith. And when they converted a man, a father, a husband into Christianity, that 92% of those folks brought their family into faith. Now, what we're trying to do is convert people into being engaged in schools. And what we have found is that when we engage the father, we really do engage the whole family. Mom comes along, and or mom feels like she now has an entry point if she hasn't had that in the past. We started Strong Fathers 20 years ago because we weren't reaching fathers. I think it has gotten easier. Part of it's because we've done the work that we've done. The other thing is dads, younger guys, now see the need to be engaged, and schools are starting to see that. And so when we engage the fathers, we tend to engage the whole family as well, and that's what you'll read part in that executive summary. These are our 4 bread and butter programs that you can read about. Our Bring Your Dad to School Day is probably not going to happen all year. I just can't see a scenario where it's just smart to bring adults in from the outside. And it is my favorite program. I think it's the most effective thing we do. When we put a dad in the classroom watching his kid learn around other kids, their eyes open up. They're blown away by the good work that's going on in the classroom. They become really big supporters of that teacher and or how he or she works. But I don't think we can get past all the potential problems really that are really there. And then also the PR is if nothing happens. Just bringing adult people into the school this year is not going to be the way to go. But we're producing videos and some things that we can send out to still open those eyes up. 10 things is what we call it, and I'll send you a sample of those as well. But the other 3 programs we can do on site. We can do those at night. We can do it with social distancing. But we can also do all of these virtually. I've been doing videos all summer because we didn't know what we were going to be doing. So I did 16 videos over the summer called Strong Fathers Fridays. And so we did these plus many more activities on video, and we feel like we can make it engaging. We've been doing math nights already, and that you can tell there's some issues with technology a little bit, but what we have seen is that we're not losing folks into the program We're keeping them engaged, and most of them stay for the full 45 minutes to an hour of programming online. So we're really proud of that and looking for new ways to improve that. So our reading program can be done that way. We're going to do one of those next week for one of our schools. We've done 2 or 3 math programs already, and a lot of the activities I've already done on video are science activities, and so we know we can make that work. That's what we would normally do, and if you guys wanted to do this, it would be us training you guys using our curriculum to do it. And if next year everything changes, which would be fantastic, you could do those on site. You would have the training, you would have the materials, you would have the know-how. The other thing that we're offering in this package is to sell you the curriculum. It's on, per site, and then we're going to coach you on virtually and how the best way to set that up, maybe the best way to do that. And so that's kind of what this package is. If you just called me and wanted a curriculum for a campus, it's a one-time purchase. It's $750, but you own it forever. Everything you need is online resources, PDF flyers. You don't have to buy another thing. You don't have to re-up every year. Having been a middle school principal, I hate that model. It's probably better for business, but it's not good for our mission. And so once you own it for that campus, even if people come in and come out, which is another reason we did it that way, that campus has this curriculum to use all they want. And what we found is that same program works year after year. It works all the time. I've had dads that have done this program with their oldest, their middle, and their youngest kid over the span of 10 years, and they still come back to these programs because of what it does for them and their kids. And so you can do this year after year, and it's a one-time purchase. And like I said, to do it virtually this year, we'd be glad to come alongside you guys and coach you through that. That would be part of our training. And then we actually do the programs. We can do the programs virtually. If you just wanted one campus, it's $1,200, but we provide the promotion materials. We send out the Zoom link. All you got to do is send out the promotional materials, put a sticker on the kid if you've got them on campus the day of the night program to promote it. We're looking for more and different ways to promote this. And then we're going to show up and do the program in English and in Spanish. The other thing you can do is we've got the course here where we can do several campuses. Like, in other words, I really like doing it by campus for community, but if you want to do it in feeder patterns, if you wanted to do it district-wide, just to get that kind of energy, and, virtually we can do that much differently now. So around the district, more people are going to come into that. The other thing you could do is you could do one math night, bring as many people in, let the word get out, do another math night from whatever campuses you want. So we've tried to break that down by campus, and the only reason it's more expensive over time is because we're going to work with each campus to give them promotion materials, answer questions, help them with that. So that's part of our job as well. And then we've got training. So we know you've got new parent folks coming in. We want to help each campus do that. And that may be a teacher on a stipend. That may be an actual parent liaison. That may be other staff. We can train folks. We can do that through Zoom. Be glad to come to Lubbock. But on the time frame, we can do this broken out over 2 or 3 weeks. 2 or 3 days, so they're only doing an hour and a half a day at a certain time, and then that would be recorded as well. And so that would be something that hopefully would be beneficial to you. And the other thing I threw in here was what we are doing called Strong Fathers TV. It is more built for the pre-K, kindergarten, first grade crowd, first grade, second grade, but it's activities dads can do with their kids. If you have Head Start, this is really what it's built for. And then we've got, like I said, some 10-thing videos. I'll send you a copy of that we're doing for parents, and that would be included in this package. It is $3 a kid, but that way you can do it by the campus. If you want to do it district-wide, we would definitely talk, and I'm really talking elementary. The 10 things works for middle school, but we have some other middle school programming. I did not include that here. If you're interested in the middle school programming, I'd send that to you, but I'd really rather talk to you about it, kind of talk about what we're working on, what we're looking at, what we've seen be successful in the past, and what we think we can do virtually. We've actually had a couple of really successful high school and middle school programs this year based on moms and dads and kids having discussions during Zoom and then debriefing that. And so that's been a lot of fun. 12 to 15, 20 families is a home run for middle school and high school. We think we can increase that number, but even when we had that first number out of the box, we're like, that's as good as we've had on campus sometimes. So we're here to help. Here's the proposal. Let me know if you have any questions. I just wanted to talk through it because I don't want to type that much. Also try to want to explain it. I'm going to show you. Let me click on this real quick. This is one of our recent math nights. Let me turn that down so you don't hear all the talking there. But this is what we do online. And so we've got an overhead camera right here. We do this again in English and Spanish, and then we kind of run through addition games, subtraction games, multiplication, different things like that. We use dominoes because not everybody has cards. We use cards because not everybody has dominoes. So we teach all of these because we're not going to provide supplies on a virtual program. We're going to use what they have at the house already. And in our promotional materials, it actually gives them, kind of a supply list of what they can find. And so this is what that looks like to Zoom. This is the recording from what we did that goes out to Zoom that people can see. Let me see if I can pull this up. So this is for when we have bilingual parents. Dads, when we were in school, count with me. Ready? Mut. So we do, if you don't speak Spanish, dads have to give their answers in Spanish to make it fair. If you're bilingual, if you speak only Spanish, then we ask the parents in Spanish to give their answers in English. And if you're bilingual, which we have a ton of parents in Texas, all over the country actually, that are bilingual, we have them give it in Vietnamese. So that's what this is. We try to have a little humor. And then what we have been doing is ending, if you heard that, we've been ending our math nights and any of our virtual programs with a dance off. And so kids and moms, kids and dads get to dance on Zoom, and we kind of spread that around. And that gives them something to talk about and kind of puts a good smile on the face at the end of it. So hopefully this answers a lot of your questions. The other thing I would tell you, if you've made it to the end of this video, let me go back here. If you've made it to the end of this video, then the other thing is I'm more than willing to work with your budget. And what happens is people kind of keep their cards close to the vest. You tell me what you have to spend, and then we can tell you everything we think we can deliver for that dollar. The more dollars, of course, we can deliver, but once we know the total, we want to do the best job for you. So does that involve online training? Does that involve curriculum? Or does it involve a mix of those things that we think we can do for the dollar and give you the best bet? Because what we want to do is work with you and help you guys engage families. We've got a huge track record, 225,000 dads face-to-face, pre-Zoom, pre-COVID. And we feel like in this year we're going to find the answers to virtual programming as well. We've had successful programs, but I want to get my numbers up. I want to get more people on Zoom, get people there. So if you have any questions after you look this over, give me a call. Thanks for even thinking of us, but I'm telling you, our work in public schools, not just in Texas, but is what we know we can deliver for you guys. We can deliver it over time, and we can deliver it in this new normal. Because we're going to be walking alongside you and getting those things done, whether you do it or we do it for you or we all do it together. Thanks.